Are you a family caregiver caring for a loved one in your home? Are you exhausted, worn out, and at the end of your rope? Do you feel like giving up? If you desperately need answers and direction on how to take care of your loved one, you need Caregiving Tips A to Z. This highly informative book by Starr Calo-oy has been written in a down-to-earth manner rather than in technical language. How does she know what you need to know? Because Starr and her husband Bob took care of the elderly in their home for 18 years, 24/7, 365 days a year. They've been through the sleepless nights, behavioral problems people with dementia have, and trying to get the elderly to eat. They have been through it all, and now they want to share the hands-on tips they've discovered over the years with you. Call Starr now for your copy of Caregiving Tips A to Z and start living again. Call 521-8668. That's 521-8668 and talk to Starr. Remember, you're not alone anymore. Call 521-8668. That's 521-8668.
Well, if you're caring for a loved one, keeping them clean and well-groomed is an important part of their care. And back to help us tackle those challenges is our caregiving expert, our Caregiving 101 expert, Starr Calo-oy. Starr, welcome back. I love that in your books, you break it all down. Yeah. And today we're talking about cleanliness and grooming. And one of the key things I got from your notes is the embarrassment's got to go out of the window.
That's right.
Yeah, Starr, tell us about that.
Oh, that's so difficult. Yeah. Number one, everybody wants to be clean, and you can imagine if you were helpless and you weren't able to clean yourself, and even if you had dementia, didn't know what was going on, you'd want your body well cared for. And we know in our right mind right now, as young as we are, how we'd want to be taken care of, and it's important to write those plans down that you want your loved ones to take care of. It's a very hard thing to see or touch your parents or a loved one, an elderly loved one's genitals. That's the hardest part. But if you think to yourself, what would I need? I would need to be cleaned and taken care of. And then you've got to just accept that as part of the care that you're giving.
Right, and you want to start with bathing, some things we should know.
Yes, you don't want to rush them. If you don't have time to give a bath, then don't do it right then, because if you rush them through it, you could have a catastrophic reaction, such as them getting violent with you, angry, jerking away from you, and possibly having a fall.
So for instance, Starr, if you have a loved one who has, say, a doctor's appointment at 9 a.m., you need to make plans to get up a lot earlier to get those things in place.
That's right, exactly. And before you get them into the bathroom, you want to make sure you have the water temperature correct before, and have it on and ready to go before they come in there. You don't want to ever leave them alone in the bathtub. You want to use a shower bench because you don't want to, you want to make it safe for them. You don't ever want to leave them alone because they can easily change the water temperature and burn themselves. You also want to keep them covered with a towel, a large towel that gets wet, so that you protect their dignity. It's a very difficult thing just to be there out in the middle of this shower, with everyone looking at you, with the person looking at you. And keep in mind that the mirrors, like I always talk about, mirrors need to be covered or keep your loved ones back. Is that
right?
Yes.
Now, why is that?
For someone with dementia, they're going to think another naked person is in there that looks just like them. It'll scare them. Confusion. Or they may see you doubles of everybody, and that'll confuse them. It can cause them to get angry and upset and defeat everything you're doing in the bathroom.
You talk about sounds and sights?
Yes, exactly. Many times, especially with dementia, Bridget, people will believe that, who have dementia, believe that it's an avalanche falling on them. There's water, and I mean, it's loud and rushing.
It can be overwhelming.
Because their sense of hearing is amplified.
Right.
So you may not be able to give a shower the way you would normally give one. So you've got to kind of be very sensitive to your loved one and be aware that that could be the case, and the reason why you have a battle every time it's time to shower them.
Now, how much communication should there be between you and your loved one when you're taking them to through this process? Should you discuss what you're doing, or how you're doing it, or what should you do?
That's good. If there are many elderly people object to showers and baths, okay? So one of the best things to do is to get everything ready and then take your loved one to the potty. And then when they're sitting down and you've already pulled the pants down, and you can take that opportunity to talk to them about their childhood or something, distract them, and that way you can remove the shoes, the pants, and you've already got them undressed from the waist down. And then what you want to do is not argue or debate with them. We're going to take a shower now or anything like that. You're going to distract them with a conversation, and they may say, "Oh, I already took one this morning." You don't have to debate. You don't have to debate with them. You don't need to win, because you can turn a 30-minute shower into a 4-hour ordeal that way.
That's true. So it sounds like you need to have a plan of action.
Oh yeah, always plan everything. Get something that they like. If they like candy, go ahead and have some candy in there.
Okay.
Well, and get a nice warm terry cloth robe for when they get out of the shower to cover them up right away, keep them warm. Use cornstarch and powder in the folds, in the creases, so that they won't get a rash. Make sure they're comfortable. You don't want to yank them around. You're going to want to take your time, like I said before, and you're not going to want to use a blow dryer, because that loud sound can end up upsetting them. And most of these tips are for people with dementia, but of course, as I've said before, we've got tips for people who don't have dementia in our other book. So we've got for dementia and people who don't.
Absolutely. And one quick question, Starr. We bathe or shower every day. Is this a routine you should be going through with your loved one on a daily basis, or every other day, or what should you do?
No, because they're oil. They don't produce oil in their skin like we do. You don't want to dry it out.
Wonderful. So that's important information.
That's
well,
right.
what I love is that you are always talking with people and answering questions. Caregiving 101 with Starr and Bob Calo-oy. That's happening on KKYX 680 AM on Saturdays from 9 to 10 AM. And then Marriage 101 from 10 to 11 AM. The phone number is 210-521-8668, or check them out on the website www.caregiversadvice.net. And you have a special offer for our viewers?